Let's look at print labels. Printing labels in MoreSolds is super duper easy. All you've got to do is go to Contacts, scroll down to Print Labels. Now once you're on the Print Labels beginning screen, it's going to be the same search feature that you find throughout a variety of the different MoreSolds applications. I'm going to go with the agent search that I saved earlier. You see that there are 25 records found, and I can check all records or I can just select the ones that I'd like to print. We'll check all. After you've selected which labels you want to print, you go right into the Print Labels screen, and there are several steps it's going to guide you through, making it really simple. Step 1 is to select a template. What template do you want to use? Now if you've already got some templates saved, for example I've got several saved here, you can use one that you saved in the past. If you haven't saved any yet, go ahead and select New. Step 2 is to select an Avery format. I'm going to choose 5160. After I've done that, you can see that it now opens all the other steps for me. If you're using a label sheet that already has some of the labels that have been used, you can select a different position for where your labels begin printing. Now here you'll see the label preview window. We're going to come back to that in just a moment. In step 4, you select the fields that you want printed. For what we're doing, I'm going to do first name and last name because I want them to be side by side. Then I'm going to select address, city, state, and zip. And I'm going to add those individually. Now if you need to move the order of the fields that you've selected, you can move them up or down by clicking here. Now step 5 is to format the label. You can leave it as it is. As you can see here, we're using Arial 10 point. You have to select each line of the label to format it individually. Let me give you an example. Right now I've selected the first name and last name. I want that to be slightly larger than everything else. So I'm going to select 12 point for that. The other subsequent lines are going to be 10 point, Arial. In this case I'd like to center my labels. So I'm going to select every single line and just select center for the alignment. Now step 6 is to save this as a template, and this is optional, but I'd like to not have to set this up ever again, so I'm going to go ahead and save it as the Arial 12 point Nolly, so that next time when I choose to create this particular label, all I've got to do is select it from the pull down list here, as it is selected now that I've saved it. Now remember the preview area, this area here. This is the preview pane or the preview area for the label to show you how they're going to print relative to the label size itself. There's always some handy information down here in red to help you better prepare your labels, and I certainly invite you to download and read the information in the user guide that's handy and in the help section to help prepare labels if you have any additional questions. But next all I'm going to do is select Prepare Labels. The system is going to prepare for me a PDF of the labels that we just created, and here they are. And from here you can see that all of the labels are there, and all I've got to do is print them on my printer. And that's how you create labels in MoreSolds.